That's all I could whisper as I stood on the edge of the rooftop. 6 stories above a life I no longer recognized. My wife had left 2 months ago, taking our daughter with her. My job? Gone after I blew up at a meeting. My savings? Vanished trying to drown my guilt in bars and borrowed hope. My faith? Buried under the rubble of unanswered prayers. I wasn't just broken, I was a ruin. The rain poured like judgment from heaven, soaking me to the bone. I looked down at the streetlights below, tiny halos in the fog, mocking me. I clenched the crumpled note in my hand. You don't belong here anymore. I'd written it for myself. Then, a voice behind me. Don't jump. I froze. No footsteps, no sound of the door opening, just the voice. I turned. No one. Who's there? I called out, my voice cracking like my soul. Silence. And then, a flicker. A neon sign across the street blinked erratically through the mist. A rundown diner I'd passed 1,000 times without noticing. Tonight, the sign read, "Still welcome." The other letters were dark, burned out or broken, but those 2 words glowed like a whisper from heaven. Still welcome. I stepped back from the edge, trembling. Drawn like a moth to something I didn't understand, I went down the stairs and crossed the street. The diner door creaked as I entered. Inside was warm, empty, except for one man behind the counter. He didn't speak, just nodded at me and pointed to a booth. I sat, soaked and shaken. He brought me coffee, no words, no bill. On the table was a Bible, tattered, torn, open to a page I hadn't seen in years. Luke 15, the prodigal son. I stared. My breath caught. I hadn't been to church in a decade, but the words blurred through my tears. While he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. That's when the man spoke. God never left you, even when you left him. I blinked. How? How did you know? He smiled, just a little. I didn't, but he does. I looked again. The man was gone. No door opened, no goodbye. Just a warm booth, a steaming cup, and a verse that burned like fire through the rain in my chest. That night I didn't go home, because home was never that apartment. Home was never the job, or the marriage, or the money. Home was the moment I realized I was still welcome. Even in the darkness, even with nothing. And from that moment, the light began to return.